Okay, in please confirm is my screen is visible or not. I am sharing my screen. Dupendra, मेरा screen दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. So in today's lecture, we will see the remaining part. Means we are started the different levels of testing, right? So in that we left only one testing, that is nothing but the important testing types, regression testing. My voice is clear to everyone, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in today's lecture, we'll start with regression testing, right? When we do regression testing and what happens in the regression testing, right? So regression testing. So anyone knows regarding regression testing? Because this is very important testing. Because this is means we are using this testing to automate the means for automation testing perspective. This testing is very important, right, guys? So, what is mean by regression testing? Please, anyone knows, let me know. Anyone? Okay, I will tell you what is meant by regression testing. So, regression testing is nothing but the we are checking the means effect of newly added functionality over existing functionality. So, what is mean by that? So, I will explain here. Suppose, for example, I am taking here. This is our login page, right? And on that login page, I am having one name field is there. Then after that, email ID field is there, and mobile number field is there. Here, suppose mobile number field is there, right? So this includes in the login page, right, guys? So what happens? Suppose this is the requirement from the client that these things are included in the login page. That is nothing but the name field, email ID, and mobile number. And here the login button is there, right? Means after entering that three things, the user is able to log in that particular login page, right? So a requirement from the client. This is the requirement from the client, right? Then what happens after that? The clients changes his requirement, right? So clients change this mobile number field. So here previously she only mentioned in the requirement the 10-digit mobile number only, means here keep only 10-digit mobile numbers, okay? So but after the sometimes he changes this requirement. He he will ask to the product owner add the country code also in the that mobile number field, right? Country code, right? So that means here the requirement get changes, right? So what is mean by that? This is the new feature we will added in this existing functionality, right? Because our existing functionalities name, email ID, and mobile number. Mobile number previously is our existing functionality, but in that mobile number field we'll added new functionality, that is nothing but the country code we will add, or we already added that is the new functionality or new feature we added in this existing feature, right? So so in the regression testing, what happens when any new module will get added in existing application, then whole system is tested to ensure that new added functionality is not affected any old functionality. What is mean by that? Means here we have to check that this newly added feature is not impacted this name then email id field, right? Because you will added this new feature in the mobile number field. So due to that, the name field or name text box then email text box will not impacted due to means added new function. After added the new functionality, that old previous features is not impacted. So that's why we are that is nothing but the regression testing, right? Hope this is clear guys. मैं हिंदी में एक बार समझाता हूँ. तो हमारे पास लॉगिन पेज है. दिस इज लॉगिन पेज. यहाँ पे नेम फील्ड नेम का टेक्स्ट बॉक्स है. यहाँ पे ईमेल आईडी का है एंड सपोज यहाँ पे मोबाइल नंबर है एंड दिस इज द लॉगिन बटन. So previously this requirement is mentioned by the client, right? So what happens? So client बोला यहाँ पे कि मोबाइल नंबर के फील्ड में हमको एक्स्ट्रा चीज चाहिए, दैट इज द कंट्री कोड हम लोगों को चाहिए ऐड करके कंट्री कोड, राइट? एंड दिस इज द 10 डिजिट नंबर मोबाइल फील्ड, right? Means the country code is extra feature which will get added in this previous feature, right? Extra features, and these all are the previous feature or previously added feature, right? So ये नया फीचर ऐड होने के बाद ये जो नेम फील्ड है, ईमेल आईडी है एंड लॉगिन बटन है, ये इम्पैक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए ड्यू टू दिस added newly added feature, right? So checking that is nothing but the regression testing. Hope this is clear guys. जो एक्स्ट्रा फीचर ऐड किया है उसकी वजह से जो एग्जिस्टिंग फीचर है एप्लीकेशन का और इसका, वो इम्पैक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, ये चेक करने के लिए हम रिग्रेशन टेस्टिंग करते हैं, राइट गाइज? मीन्स चेकिंग द अनचेंज फीचर ऑफ एप्लीकेशन इज नॉट इम्पैक्टेड बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट चेंजेड, दिस इज नॉट चेंज, राइट? Then whole system is tested to ensure that means uh, checking the unchanged feature of application is not impacted due to other features is added, right? Because we are added the other feature, right, in the existing features. So the this already added feature, that is name field and email id, is not get impacted due to new extra features we will add it, right? So that is nothing but the regression testing, right guys? Clear है? Yes Mohit.
Sir. Yes, sir.
In simple word I am telling you the regression means uh, retest those part of the application which are unchanged, right? That is nothing but the regression testing, right? So I am writing some theory regarding regression testing. So I will write the definition first, what is mean by regression testing. Checking the unchanged feature of application or software is not impacted due to other feature other features added, right? So that is the one definition. And or we can say that when any new module is get added in existing application, then whole system is tested to ensure that new added module has not affected any old functionality, right guys? So this is nothing but the uh, regression testing, or we can say in other word also there is other definition. So means checking the effect of newly added functionality or a existing functionality, right? So there are different definitions are available. So I this is the definition of regression testing, right? So then why we are do the regression testing, right? So it gives the assurance that new changes in the application does not impact the existing functionality of the application. So that we are going to check via regression testing, right? So that's why we are doing the regression testing. So I am writing here, it gives assurance that new change in the application does not impact the existing functionality of application, right? So this is nothing but the regression testing. And we can say the regression testing is nothing but the retest those part of the application which are unchanged, right? Because here what happens, this in the mobile number field we are added this means new feature, right? Extra features we are added. So we have to check that the this is the old feature, this is also old functionality or old module. So that we have to check while during the regression testing. That is means after added these new features, that old feature is impacted due to this newly added feature or not, that we are going to check in the regression testing. So we can say the regression means retest those part of the application which are unchanged, right? Because this is not changed, right? Only we change the mobile number field. but we have to ensure that means that old features also impacted or not due to newly added feature, right? So that we are going to check in the regression testing. Yes, guys. So I am writing here one sentence. So simply we can say regression means retest those parts of the application which are unchanged, which are unchanged. So that is nothing but the regression testing, right? And we have to do the regression testing means after user acceptance testing and before user acceptance testing, right? So there are different environment. So environment, so in which environment we are working? In yesterday's lecture I already told you. So there are different environments are there, right? So this is the dev environment, this is QA environment, right? So it is nothing but the SIT, it is called as SIT environment. And this is the user acceptance environment, UAT. And this is the production environment, or it is also called as live environment, right? So developer is working here, then here the testers are working, and here user acceptance, developer as well as testers are working here, and here also testers are working, right? So we have to done the user acceptance test, sorry, regression testing before UAT and also after UAT, right? So we have to done the regression before user acceptance testing also, and after uh, user acceptance testing, right? So this is the different environment uh, in the organizations are present. Here in the dev environment, developers are working. In a SIT environment, or it is nothing but the QA environment, we are working here. And UAT, that both are working, developer and tester. And production or live environment, here the testers. So for working here, the tester must have the 6+ experience required to work in the production or live environment, right? And rest all are the working in the SIT environment, right? So hope this is clear. And so means for test cases are required to execute many times in the suppose sometimes what happens here, we already written the test cases for this, right? Means old features, and suddenly the new feature get added. So we have to make the changes in the test cases as well, right? Because here the new features get added here, right? And also we have to make the changes in BRS and SRS document, right? So that's why what happen here, we have to means execute that test cases again and again, right? Suddenly some changes are happens, so that we generally uh, automate that test cases, regression test cases, that is nothing but the regression test cases. So uh, we will executing that regression test cases by using automation. Means here we are using the automations, right? And why we are using automation here? Because uh, means we require the time, right? And we execute we have to execute that test cases multiple times and again, suppose some changes are happens in that, right? So that's why we directly manually it is not possible, means again and again same work we have to do, right? This take more lot of times, right? That's why we are doing the we are executing the regression test cases uh, by using automation, right? So I am writing here test cases uh, are required to execute many times and again. Oh, and we have to execute it so so that this process is time consuming, right? So that we use here automation for executing the regression test cases. So this is clear, guys, for everyone, right? Then when we perform the regression test cases, anyone knows when we have to perform the regression test cases? I'm writing here when we can perform.
Hello.
Yes.
When any module or something, any means total software is there, but something new module is added and it affecting on other modules, then we have to do the regression testing.
Right. Anything else? So there are different factors are involved. So in that case, we are doing the regression testing. Suppose one is rightly said. Who is talking right now?
Sagar.
Yeah, Sagar. Sagar rightly here said when a new feature is added over the existing feature, right? So that is the one case. Means when additional feature is I am writing here when additional features added in existing, right? In existing module, right? For example, here I am taking, so in the login field, suppose existing module is the login here. This is the existing module. So in that login module, suppose user want to add some forgot password, these features user want to add in the login module, right? So this is the new features. So in that case we have to go with the we have to perform the regression testing, right? So this is the one case. Then second one is when there is a request for change from the client side or from the stakeholder, right? So in that case also we have to perform, or we have to go with the regression test case, right? So I am writing here, when there is a change request from client, right? So in that case also we have to perform the regression testing, right? uh, I am taking one example here. For example, suppose in the module there is a landline number. Previously there is a landline number is contains in that module, right? So user want to change this landline number. So user wants to change, means this is the requirement from the user. This landline number is replaced with a mobile number, right? So this is the request from client, request from change request from the client, right? Suppose in that existing application there is a landline number is previously added. So user want to change that landline number, or user want to replace this landline number into the mobile number field, right? So in that case also we have to do the regression testing, right? So this is the second scenario. And third, I am telling you when we have to go with the regression testing, when the defect is got fixed. Defect is fixed. So in that case also we have to perform the regression testing. Means suppose I am taking here example. So in the sprint, suppose in the current sprint we have found 20 bugs here, right? Then after finding that bug, we are assigning that bug to the developer, right? Then developer is fix that bug, right? Then after fixing that bug, developer will assign that bug to the tester, right, for further testing. Then tester is perform the regression testing, and after performing the regression testing, so tester will give the confirmation that application is working fine. There is no any defect in that application, and after fixing the bug, the application is working perfectly fine, right? Means due to uh, bug fixing, there is no any existing functionality is impacted, right, due to that bug, fixing of bug, right? So here tester gives confirmation that application works fine, right? And the application is not affected, or any existing functionality is not affected after bug fixing, right? So this is the means third scenario. In that case also we are using the or we are go with the regression testing, right? Then fourth, what we can say, for what is the fourth case? So fourth case is, suppose there is a environment change, right? There is environment change. What is mean by that environment change? So example I am taking here. Suppose uh, for database testing. So database testing. So means our organization is used the MySQL previously. So previously our organization is used MySQL, right? But in later stage, the our organization decided, so we will use instead of MySQL, we will use the Oracle system, right, for database testing. So there got the environment change. First we use in the MySQL environment, and after that we will go with the Oracle system, right? So in that case also we have to perform the uh, regression testing. Means after changing the environment, our application or our software is working in the as per the previous environment or not. So that we are going to check by performing the regression testing. Hope this is clear to all guys. So please ask me anyone having question, any question. Yes guys, tell me. So everyone clear? So shall we
Sir, so what is the difference between sanity and regression?
sanity? So we
The difference.
perform, yeah, we perform the sanity testing after we are getting the build from the means developer, right? So initially we perform the sanity testing na, to checking the build is stable or not, initial level, right?
Okay, okay.
Because we are doing the sanity testing in initial stage, right?
After smoke testing, we perform sanity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So some when new bug is fixed and or new functionality is added,
Hmm.
so we perform regression.
Right.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
whenever we got the new build first time from the developer,
Okay.
so for the stability of that build means we have to ensure that the functionality first we have to check, right? And after that,
So we check.
suppose here, so what is the functionality of that radio button? So the main
Okay.
functionality of radio buttons, it's got click or unclick, right? That is the main functionality of that radio button.
Okay. So we check the main functionality of
Yeah.
the application is working fine or not.
After that, we are means checking other functionality.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So main functionality of that. So what is the main functionality of drop down here? The drop down list is get hide or unhide, right? After clicking on that, and
Yes.
should
Yes.
get clickable, right? After clicking on that. So
Yeah.
that is the main functionality. So that we are going to check initially, right? In the sanity or smoke testing. Suppose this
Okay. Okay.
it is not working, so we can directly reject the build from which is given by the developer, and we send back that build, or we will told to developer that this is the main functionality is not working, right? So developer will make necessary changes, and after that we the developer will send the fresh build to us, right, for further testing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so got this. What happens in the
Yeah, also checking the drop down, we check keyboard button is working fine or not.
drop down?
Yeah, while clicking on a drop down, so we check also keyboard button up and down is working or not.
Where is means for
Now
keep
that is the one type of scenario in a drop
right,
down.
right. So in that case also we can check the
Okay, okay,
using keyboard. We are able to means click on that down and up button.
okay.
That you are saying.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
Okay, that yeah, that also we are check.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, so tell me the difference between regression testing and retesting. So in yesterday's lecture we'll see the retesting, right? So what is mean by regression testing? and retesting. Yes, tell me guys one by one. Okay. So what is meant by regression testing and when we perform the regression testing? So regression testing is carried out to confirm whether recent program uh, or code changes has not affected the existing features, right? So that time we are performing the regression testing. And when we are performing the retesting, so retesting is carried out to confirm that the test cases fail in the final execution are passing after defects are fixed, right? Means after the defect fix, the means whatever the failed test cases, then after the means changes of that failed test cases that are perfectly working or fine or not. So in that case we are doing the retesting, right? And when we are performing the retesting, so we are performing retesting only in the failed test cases, right? And regression testing, so here we are performing in the all test cases, right? All past test cases. So I am writing here what is meant by regression testing. So regression testing is carried out to confirm whether a recent program or code changes has not affected existing feature, right? So in that case we are performing the regression testing. So retesting is carried out to confirm that the test cases fail in final execution are passing after defect are fixed, right? And here, so regression testing we will perform on all past test cases, right? And the retesting we will perform on only failed test cases, right? So we can say this is the preventive process, preventive preventive process, and this is the corrective process, right? So that we can say. And uh, what confirmation we means regression testing gives us. So the regression testing gives confirmation that the newly added module does not affect the old system, right? So that confirmation, the regression testing the gives us, right? So that I am writing here. It means 4 point. It gives confirmation that new added feature does not affect old system or old module, right? So that is the confirmation regression testing gives us, right? And the retesting is gives us confirmation that the bug which are fixed by the developer is working as per the requirement or not, right? Means it gives confirmation that bug which is fixed by developer is working as per requirement or not, right? So that is the difference between regression testing and retesting, right? So anyone having problem up to this, please let me know. So if anyone don't have any problem, so we will move forward. Yes guys, tell me. So shall we move forward further? Okay.
Sir, so in a regression, we using automation or manually we perform on regression?
No, means there is not frequent changes happen some in the user story, right? So that user story we can take manually as well. But means what happens in any module, there are different changes are happening, right? Some module, suppose we are in a sprint, suppose in current sprint we are testing some module, right? So in that what happens, the continuous changes means happens as per the means continuous requirement uh, changes is happen by the from the uh, stakeholder, right? Means what happens, suppose stakeholder wants you can make this color is red, suppose previously he said you can make this means drop down or this radio button color is red, and after means today's day is gone, and in tomorrow he came and said that no, please make this is green, right? So that continuous means changes will happen. So in that case what happens, we are don't wasting our time now, we directly go with automation, right? Within a single
Okay,
click we can means uh, perform the all the or we can means run the all the test cases, right, within a single click. Only we have to execute the suit, our particular suit. So in that all the means test classes and methods get executed, right? But manually it is not possible, it take lots of time, right?
okay, I'm asking that in testing scenario, and well, when we use the automation in the regression or any functionality
No,
we
not
use it.
only in regression, means
Okay,
anywhere we can use. So that depends on the means our test lead. So he will tell you which means that already mentioned in the test plan na. So where we have to perform the automation and which test cases or sorry which user story uh, we are using. So that all totally depend on the test lead. So he will tell
Okay.
you the please perform here automation and user and perform automation by using automation and use automation there in
Okay.
that
Okay.
particular user story. So there is no criteria, but only we are performing the frequently changes means user story, so that we are using their automation, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So some testing terminologies I am going to tell you. Means we must know that terminologies because this is important. Sometimes interviewer ask you regarding these terminologies. So I am going to tell there is two terminologies, that is nothing but the exploratory testing, and second one is ad hoc testing, and it is also called as monkey testing, right? So that two terminologies in interview they might ask, right? What is mean by exploratory testing and ad hoc testing, right? So we will see one by one. First, we will see the exploratory testing. So anyone knows regarding this exploratory testing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shall I tell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Suppose your test lead or someone manager gives you a software which does not have any documents. So tell you that you should check this software and learn it and make the test cases, make the test scenarios.
Right.
Then this is called as exploratory testing. Means we explore the software,
Explore
na?
the things
That's why we
software, right?
called it.
Suppose
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that software is totally new for you, right? Means whoever you are, means you are the fresher person or you are the experienced guy, right? So suppose
yeah.
you
Right.
are a fresher is joined, so that freshers guy is completely unknown about that application and what are going. But suppose the experienced persons also join in other organizations. Suppose he switch from one organization to other organization. So that person also unaware about that particular project is going on, right? That particular application. So in that case, we are doing the exploratory testing. Exploratory testing means nothing but the we are just exploring the things, right? Here we'll exploring the application in all possible ways and understanding the flow of the application, and we are preparing the test document and testing the application, right? That is nothing but the that approach is known as the exploratory testing, right? Generally, the this exploratory testing we perform when we are enter new in the team, right? And when experienced tester is joined in a new company, so in that case, what happened that he is totally unaware about the ongoing application, right? So in such a scenario, the exploratory testing is comes into the picture, right? And that experienced tester will explore the application as per his previous knowledge and then try to understand the functionality, right? uh, Functionality of that application, and then working of that application, and flow of that application. and then so so that is nothing but the exploratory testing. So understand everyone what is meant by exploratory testing, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Writing so here uh, we will be exploring the application in all possible ways and understanding the flow of application, and then preparing the test document, and uh, testing the application. And this approach is called as exploratory testing, right? So this is nothing but the exploratory testing, or we can say, so this is performed, this is usually performed by a tester uh, when he or she is enter new in a team, right? And we can say, so suppose uh, here a tester explore the application as per his previous knowledge, and try to understand each and every functionality, its working flow, right, etc. So that is happens in the exploratory testing. So this is clear, guys, what is meant by exploratory testing?
सर एक बार हिंदी में बताते
क्या मैं यहाँ पे ही मैं बताता हूँ हिंदी में। सपोज आप एज अ फ्रेशर कोई कंपनी ज्वाइन किया, ये आप हो और ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सपोज टीसीएस है, एंड आप फ्रेशर हो, एंड टीसीएस ने आपको हायर किया है, राइट? सो आपने ज्वाइन किया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। सो स्टार्टिंग में आपको कोई नॉलेज रहता है एज अ फ्रेशर, और सपोज सम इन योर टीम one experienced person also hired by the TCS, right? And this is the ongoing project. Suppose ये project Amazon है. For example, I am considering here. This is the project Amazon, right? Amazon application TCS डेवलप कर रहा है एंड ये प्रोजेक्ट के लिए आपको एज अ प्रेशर ज्वाइन हायर किया है टीसीएस ने एंड हियर इन योर टीम एक्सपीरियंस पीपल आल्सो हायर, राइट? सो स्टार्टिंग में आपको नॉलेज रहता है क्या अमेजोन के बारे में?
Nice, sir.
नहीं. तो आप क्या करते हो? सो यू विल प्रोवाइड देयर द some document and some means URL regarding that Amazon, right? प्रोजेक्ट रिगार्डिंग आपको URL प्रोवाइड किया जाता है एंड आपको कहा जाता है कि एक्सप्लोर करो एप्लीकेशन. सो आप यहाँ पे जाके प्रोडक्ट और जो प्रोजेक्ट है वहाँ पे एक्सप्लोर करो, यहाँ पे एक्सप्लोर करके देखते हो. अच्छा, यहाँ पे साइन इन बटन है, साइन इन के लिए क्या क्या लगता है. उसके बाद यहाँ पे कितने मॉड्यूल है, ये मेरा यूआई है, राइट? तो ये यूआई में कितने सारे मॉड्यूल है, यहाँ पे लोकेशन का ये भी है, यहाँ पे लोगो का सिंबल है, राइट? देन यहाँ पे बेस्ट सेलर का एक टैग है, मोबाइल नंबर का टैग है. सो ये सब हाँ हम लोग एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. सो विच थिंग इज वेयर एंड हाउ the things are managed, right? So that all things we are going to check or explore, right? So that is nothing but the uh, exploratory testing, right? मोहित क्लियर है आपको अभी?
Yes, sir.
एक्सप्लोरेटरी टेस्टिंग उसके नाम में ही है कि एक्सप्लोर करने का चीजों को, राइट? वहां जाके. सो दैट इज नथिंग बट द एक्सप्लोरेटरी टेस्टिंग. देन नेक्स्ट एडहॉक टेस्टिंग, सेकंड टर्मिनोलॉजी एडहॉक टेस्टिंग, और इसको मंकी टेस्टिंग भी कहा जाता है. So this is ad hoc testing and monkey testing, right? Okay. So what is mean by ad hoc testing or monkey testing? Anyone knows? Sagar, do you know what is mean by ad hoc testing?
Yeah,
Tell me.
actually, monkey testing means anything is given to monkey's hand, then he will check that thing. Like he will check inside it, then he will means he will check that in that way.
Right.
So like that, we get the software, so we randomly check the
Randomly we
means new randomly
suppose,
explore the modules or the features,
right.
and it is working fine or not, the working flow of it we will check.
Right.
That is called as ad hoc or monkey testing.
So best example I am telling here. You don't know or no? I don't know. There is a one means Google like structure is there. New technologies coming into the market. So you know idea. You are having idea regarding that Chat GPT. You heard that name,
Yes, sir.
right? What is this Chat GPT?
It's an open AI.
Right. Open AI. This is the means Open AI, and this is like Google search engine like UI, right? So uh, so we don't know regarding that this Chat GPT, right? So anyone knows regarding this more about that Chat GPT? Some people are knows regarding this, right?
We can search whatever programs. Sir.
Right. So so we don't know the flow exact what exactly the Chat GPT, right? So what happens here? We can randomly check the things, right? suppose someone is checking by inputting the write a code for this, right? So what chat gpt is giving the correct response, or randomly we will giving the input and checking the what output exactly the chat gpt is giving to us, right? So that we are going to check, means ad hoc testing. For example, here the monkey, we are giving, sorry, monkey, yes, this is the monkey, and we are giving this monkey one tennis ball here, right? The cricket ball. So monkey don't know what exactly this is we know that this is the cricket ball, so but monkey doesn't know what it exactly is. So what he does, so he randomly check to pressing that cricket ball, then sometimes he will eat that ball, right? So he does all the things, that possible things it may will take, right? So means he randomly checking the things regarding that ball, right? So like that, in ad hoc testing, we are checking the things in random ways, right? Means we don't plan here, and we don't do the activity by plan wise, right? We are testing the things randomly, and I am writing here. So ad hoc testing is done randomly, and it is usually an unplanned activity, right? And here we does not follow any documentation, right? We does not require any documentation, and not need of design technique also to create the test cases, right? And when we do the ad hoc testing, yes guys, when we perform the ad hoc testing, okay, this is
Shall I tell?
at end, right? At the end of testing, right? Means after the our software is live, the end of testing, we perform ad hoc testing, right? Means we are checking the our application randomly, right? Like user. So that is nothing but the ad hoc testing. So hope this is clear to you guys, right? Yes guys, anyone having doubt up to this, please let me know. Okay, no one having doubt. So in we will stop here today only, and from Monday